The alien woman's baby wouldn't stop crying until a human soldier stepped in and everything changed. The child's wail echoed through the jungle camp like a haunting song of pain. No one could silence her. Not her mother. Not the alien medics. Not the elders. Not even the advanced calming devices of the Zarathi, her proud and ancient people. She cried morning and night, non-stop. The child was healthy, according to the scans, yet something was wrong, something no one could name. Saren, the baby's mother and the decorated Zarathi warrior, sat by the edge of the cot, eyes bloodshot, silver blue skin dulled with exhaustion. Her arms cradled the baby girl, Vela, whose voice refused to cease. Saren had fought in 3 wars, led battalions, and faced plasma storms on the frontier. But nothing, compared to the helplessness she felt now. Zarathi soldiers and civilians gave her a wide berth. Whispers passed like viruses. The child is cursed. It is because her father was killed in the siege. She cries for something we cannot give. Saren bit back her shame. She did not believe in curses. She believed in causes and solutions. She just hadn't found one yet. And then he came. The human soldier was just a silhouette at first, emerging from the perimeter line where the Zarathi had reluctantly allowed a human medical unit to help. His name was Cal Rennick. Dirty boots, scratched armor, a tired expression that mirrored hers. She remembered him from the peace accord ceremonies. Quiet, observant, not one to speak unless necessary. Cal looked at the crying child, then at Saren. Permission to approach? She blinked. Why? I've heard the child won't stop crying, he said. May I try? Saren hesitated. Zarathi culture was protective, even possessive, when it came to their young, especially after what the war had cost them. And he was human, outsider, different. But then Vela shrieked again, arching her tiny back in desperate protest. Saren's arms trembled from fatigue. Fine, she whispered. Try, but if you harm her... You won't need to finish that sentence, Cal said gently and knelt beside them. He unhooked his gloves and reached out slowly. Vela's face was red and damp, her breath hiccuping in erratic gasps. Cal didn't touch her, not at first. He leaned in close and whispered something. Saren frowned. What did you just say? A lullaby. Earthside. My mother used to hum it. She watched, stunned, as Vela's cries faltered. The child blinked at him. Her voice caught in her throat, turning into a soft squeal. Then silence. Saren stared, her mouth slightly open. Cal chuckled. Huh, that actually worked. The baby reached up with one tiny, trembling hand. Cal let her touch his stubbled cheek. Vela smiled, a real full smile, and nestled into her mother's chest, suddenly calm. Impossible, Saren muttered. Not impossible, he said. Just different. From that moment on, everything shifted. Cal visited every day. At first, Saren kept a watchful eye, suspicious. But Vela responded to him like no one else. She would lift her arms when he entered, gurgle when he spoke, drift into sleep when he sang. Saren learned his lullabies. Strange, slow melodies of earth that spoke of rain and fields and sunlight. Not war, not pain. The sounds were soft, warm. The kind of things Zarathi songs never were. I don't understand it, Saren admitted one evening. Our kind, we have a deep psychic link with our offspring. We should be enough. Why is she only comforted by you? Cal stirred the tea she had offered him, an unusual gesture for a Zarathi host to a human. Maybe she senses something in me. Or maybe he gave a faint smile. Maybe babies just like beards and bad singing. Saren almost laughed. Almost. But that night, as she held Vela sleeping in her arms, her thoughts churned. There was something deeper happening. something unspoken between her and this strange human. As weeks passed, the camp grew used to Cal's presence. Some even looked forward to his songs drifting through the air in the evening. Vela began to laugh, a sound so foreign and precious that Zarathi guards outside the tent would pause, smiles twitching at the corners of their lips. Saren changed, too. She began asking Cal questions, not just about Earth, but about him, his family, his scars, his past. He told her about his younger sister, who died in the early stages of the war, about the guilt he carried, the way the stars sometimes felt heavier since then. Saren, in turn, spoke of her mate, lost in the siege of Syrinx, how he had never seen Vela's face, how she had buried her grief under layers of duty and command. "You're still grieving," Cal said quietly one night. "So are you," she replied. They sat side by side, the child asleep between them. One morning, Saren awoke to find Vela missing. Panic surged in her chest. She raced through the camp like a blade of fire. But before her scream tore from her throat, she heard a familiar sound. Cal's voice. Singing. Gentle. Reassuring. She turned the corner and found him sitting under a tree, Vela in his lap. He was showing her a small, metallic bird toy, an Earth relic he'd carried with him since the war. Vela was giggling. "You should have asked," Saren scolded, trying to catch her breath. "I'm sorry," he said, not defensively, but sincerely. "She reached for me when I walked in. You were asleep. I didn't want to wake you." Saren stood silent for a long moment, then finally knelt beside them. "She trusts you," she said, "and I think I do too." He didn't respond immediately. Then he said, "You're not alone in this, Saren." She looked at him. "But you're human. When this camp dissolves, you'll be gone. That's the way it always goes." Cal hesitated, then leaned closer. "Not if you ask me to stay." Her eyes widened. "You don't have to say anything now," he continued. "But I'd stay. For her. For you. For whatever this is becoming." Saren reached out, her fingers brushing his. Not a warrior's touch, soft, uncertain. Vela looked up and babbled something incoherent. But in that moment, it felt like a blessing. In the months that followed, word spread of the Zarathi child, who only calmed in the arms of a human. Some scoffed, others whispered of fate. But among the leaves of the jungle camp, a new understanding grew. A child once believed to be cursed had brought together two broken people, not by command or duty or treaty, but by need and hope and warmth. Saren, once a hardened warrior, found herself smiling more. Cal, once a drifting soldier, had found something worth staying for. And the baby? She rarely cried anymore, because when the stars grew dark and cold, she had two voices to comfort her, one strong, one soft, both full of love,